Hello, Wordlers, wine drinkers, and whateverers. Welcome to this week's podcast of wine, Wordle, and whatever. I almost
Well,
forgot the name of our podcast.
I was gonna say, why were you so timid on wine?
We're, we're off to a great start, boys, and I haven't even drank wine. So,
Things can only go
yeah,
uphill.
today we have an action-packed episode. We got another whiskey barrel aged wine. We have Wordles. We may even do one live. We'll see. We'll see. And we got some whatevers.
Just,
So whatever floats your boat.
just,
And
just the
you have your
standard fare.
yeah, yep. You have your host, me. And do you want to
And you got
introduce
me,
yourself?
me
I
and me,
guess.
the hosts of Wine, Wordle, and whatever. How you doing today, me?
I was like, I wanted you to like introduce yourself, but like this is episode 6, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah,
So, I
yeah. If
mean,
you don't know who
maybe
we are
maybe
at this
we
point, maybe this is your first episode, and if it is, welcome.
yeah. Yeah, I guess so. So I'm Will and this is
Caden.
Cade Man.
Wow, you went straight to the nickname then, huh?
Yeah. Sorry. I guess they're not that close yet if they're newbies here.
Yeah, no. You have to listen to all the episodes before you can call me that.
Anyways, we got an action-packed episode and this one will probably not clock in at almost 3 hours like the last one.
Yeah, 2 hours and 22 minutes, I think, was the last one, and that
Oh,
was
okay.
just a little excessive.
That's better than I thought it was. I thought it was 244. So,
Oh, yeah, no, I think it was 222,
okay.
which is just a
Uh,
great number to be at.
That's true. This is true. Okay. So, I have the wine in front of me and I had no problems getting it. How did you fare, Caden?
I didn't have any problems getting it, and you know, I got it for you, Will, so you really didn't have any problem.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep, yep, for sure. And it took 6 episodes. I think this is the first time William has the wine in front of him
Yes. How'd you know?
because you just said you had the wine in front of you.
Like the bottle?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess it's just been a long day, maybe. My
yeah. Well,
memory is just
you worked today,
gone.
so
It's gone. I worked, I ran, I've been yeah, so anyways, how about you introduce the wine? I haven't drank it yet. I'm gonna be sipping on it for a bit and then we'll give our thoughts.
okay. So you have some thinking to
Yeah.
do. Today we have the Z. Alexander Brown whiskey barrel aged Cabernet Sauvignon. It's really fun to say it like that. It's from California, 2021. It is aged 3 months in Old Smoky whiskey barrels. I'm sorry, Old Smoky, OLE Smoky, the brand of distillery. It's quite nice. It's got a picture of a barn owl on the front. Um, do you want to read one of the paragraphs, Will, or do you want me to go ahead and do it? Do them both.
No, I can do one of them. Yeah,
Okay. I want to do the first one because it's silly.
do it.
Okay. It says, "The owl is a guardian of the vine, and myth says the owl is present when the spirit is set free. We've taken our uncaged wine style and partnered with our friends at Old Smoky Distillery to craft a Cabernet Sauvignon with that old smoky kick." That's to you, Will.
Thank you. I was tasting some.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Aging this big, bold Cabernet. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
How do you say the second part? Say it Sauvignon?
Sauvignon.
So, I'll Google it later. So,
Pronouncing French is all about confidence. It's
yeah.
Sauvignon, I think is how it's pronounced.
Okay. I'll look it up. I
If you're
learned how
being
to say
fancy.
Pinot Noir the other day, so
This is true.
okay. Aging this big, bold Cabernet for 3 months in old, smoky whiskey barrels adds generous layers of caramel, brown sugar, and toasted oak. Grab your friends, pop the cork, and enjoy a pure connection to the land.
Wow, pure connection to the land. That's
Ooh.
saying something.
So I grabbed my friend.
Oh,
I popped
oh,
the
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I didn't realize you were talking about me.
Uh, well, there's other people at my house,
Oh, there are.
so no. You're my
Are
friend.
you saying we're not friends with? No,
No, we're
the bottle's very
friends.
nice. I like the little touches of
Yeah,
the like metallic flake on the wings of the owl. Like that makes
it's
it look super
really
cool.
pretty.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what are your thoughts on it, Will? How do you feel?
You keep cueing me right as I'm drinking
Oh,
it.
it's a gift. We're not even on video, and
Yeah,
I can just tell.
yeah, yeah. Where is the Old Smoky? This is it a distillery, it says?
Yeah, the Old Smoky Distillery is Tennessee,
Mm.
Gatlinburg,
Hmm.
Tennessee.
And the wine's from Cali.
Yeah, the wine's from California. So
Okay.
it's probably a situation where Old Smoky uses their barrels, and then they ship them to there, and yeah,
Okay. How about you give your thoughts first? Because I'm still uh
mulling.
yeah.
All
Yep.
right, so give me just a sec. I'm gonna take another drink, and then I'm gonna really think about
Okay.
this one.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Riveting listening for that moment. But I do actually really like this. I don't think I've actually had this one before, even though I've had a whole bunch of um, whiskey barrel wines. One thing I've noticed amongst another whiskey barrel cab is that it can be a little bit aggressive, and that might be a Cabernet thing, that might be a like a whiskey barrel thing. But there's one I found that one that I tried. It was the Robert Mondavi had as her third wine that we didn't talk about. And I
Mm-hmm.
like it, but that one is a little bit like it hits you right at the front. Like as soon as you take a drink, it hits you. And that again, that may be a cab thing, that may be a whiskey thing, a whiskey barrel cab thing, but I don't like how aggressively that one hits you. But this one is a little bit softer. This one is a little bit, um, I suppose, like one could say, slower to come at you, and it's got good depth to it. It's kind of a little bit on the fruitier side, I would say. But it's nice. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like lighter than the other one you had us try. That was Whiskey Barrel.
Yeah, I
What
don't
was
remember
that
which one
one?
that was. Oh, the
Yeah, I
Apothic.
don't
Yeah,
remember. Oh, Apothic. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that was a blend, as I recall.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. This one seems pretty mild. Um, ooh.
But it's definitely
Is it
got
like a
some of that, more of that depth that Venetia was talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to draw out the flavors.
Hmm.
Like
I
mhm.
definitely,
Oh.
I think I am picking up on that like toasted oakiness. Great band name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I picked that up at the end.
Hmm. The toasted. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
like
really
it.
smell it. Can you smell it?
I can, but it's a little bit. It definitely has a little bit of that alcoholic smell to it. So it's like that's a little bit harder to get past with this one. I've noticed,
Yeah.
but I do smell it a little bit. It smells smoky on the nose to me.
Yeah.
So do you
Okay.
remember? Do you remember our tricks for smelling, Will?
You swirl the glass.
You swirl the glass, and what also helps is opening your mouth as you inhale through your
Oh, but
nose.
you might look like a goober.
Yep, that's the
That's
old.
what
You
you
might look like a goober.
Yeah, yeah. Let me try opening my mouth here.
It's goober time, everybody.
It's
Don't forget to listen
goobering
to your
time.
wine too.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit of that oakiness, but there's not a ton there. At least.
Yeah, it's interesting. The nose on this one doesn't seem like particularly
Oh, it
a whole lot of
said there
depth.
should be caramel and brown sugar, huh? I guess I could see some caramel.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be like you mentioned there was some sweetness to it.
Yeah,
That might
it
be
is
what it
sweet.
is. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I
Pretty
like it.
good. Yeah, I like the sweetness of it.
Yeah.
And really, yeah, okay.
So,
I'm
what would
trying to
you?
think.
Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm trying to think. Would you get it again?
Absolutely.
Have you gotten this one before?
I don't believe I have. If I have, I don't remember.
Okay. And then we do a rating, right?
Yeah. What do you got?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I think there's a little too much whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
or it's got a little too much burn for me.
Okay. So it's
Is
you
that
kind of
what
like
that is?
something a little bit lighter. Like you would like
Yeah.
if you had to choose between a Pinot Noir and a Cab, you would probably choose the Pinot.
Our cab's a little more like the alcohol burns a little more.
Oh, you're just talking about just the alcohol
Mhm.
feeling.
Yeah, I think so.
Then never mind. That's not a Pinot Noir versus
That's not
Cabernet thing.
yeah, no, I do prefer like the more complex flavors here.
Okay.
Like it feels let me try again. What would you rate it?
I would probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
What are you feeling?
Okay. Hmm. It's definitely a mood, you know?
I can see that. Yeah, I can see it feeling a little bit like moody.
This would be like okay, I got it.
Okay.
I know when I would have this. This would be a good wine if I'm just like unwinding for the day, kicking back on the couch. I have my popcorn, maybe even caramel popcorn to accent that caramel.
Okay.
I got, some cozy movie going. It's like it's a little bit chilly, but we got our blankets and we got the little fireplace
Who is
going.
we in this scenario? Because it ain't me.
Yeah, it just doesn't. No, no, no. It's just a picture. Okay.
Oh, okay, it's just a mood. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, just a mood, like okay, and then we're kicking back and we got our popcorn. So I think that's where it would fall. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have it with like a dinner because of how sweet it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like a steak, I'm like, no. I think I would rather have it be part of more of a fun time.
Okay.
Like a little more playful, I would say.
Interesting. Okay.
That's when I would have it. That's the scene I imagine.
Yeah, I get the kind of moodiness that you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Mm-hmm.
I can identify with that mood.
Yep. Oh,
Maybe
as
not.
far as
Maybe I
the
wouldn't say that particular mood,
yeah, yeah.
I get where you're coming from. It's got a certain mood to it.
Mm-hmm. It's a playful one. That's how I would describe it.
Okay. I don't
Um,
know that I would
yeah.
describe it as playful personally.
How would you
It's a little bit
describe it?
darker to me.
Okay.
It's a little bit darker. This is
So
like
what do you
this feels
picture? What's this?
more like a romantic dinner to me.
Oh, so you would have this with a dinner.
I would absolutely have this with a dinner. However, I would say
Oh.
that the sort of whiskey barrel character that it has to it would also kind of give the mood something a little bit more unorthodox,
Okay.
like a romantic dinner. But then
Yeah.
you go out to an arcade because you're just having fun. Maybe not after the wine.
Playful.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. I walked right into that.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And by
but
we, I
even
meant
so,
my
there's
lady
there's there's
friend, you know?
there there's a darkness in front of the playfulness.
I could see that. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's pretty playful, but there's some
There's some
underlying.
complexity. There's
Yeah,
yeah.
there's some complex things going on there. So, okay, rating though.
Rating. I already gave you my rate. Oh no, you're giving me yours.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
me. Yep. I
I got
like how these.
distracted.
How long are we spending on the wine section already?
About 16 minutes.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, we'll double that when you do your Wordle
Um,
live.
oh yeah. Um, maybe I should have done the Wordle before the wine.
Anyways, your rating.
So, yeah, I think the more I'm having it, the more I'm liking it, which is a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, it started out as like a 7, 7.5, but the fact it's getting better as I have it, I think I'll give it an 8. I'll go ahead and do it because that means it's not dulling. It's like actually
You're
there's
going to
this that
appreciate a little bit more.
yeah, yeah, I'm appreciating it more, and so it's like,
And
okay,
there's that
I could
romantic date thing we're talking about. Mm,
mm-hmm. Playful.
yeah, the lights are dimmed. You're having a nice dinner. Anyways, so what you were talking about with the sort of like alcoholic taste to it, this one actually does have a little bit
Mhm.
more alcohol than like last
It
week's.
does.
So
Yeah.
the Aerith
Mm.
last week had 13%, and the A to Z had 13.5, and this one actually has 14.5.
Mm.
And that,
I
that's percentage
actually,
by volume.
yeah, I've actually been doing more wine research
Oh yeah?
this past week. Yeah, I've been like listening to people talk about wines and like what to look for when you taste and all that and what tannins are and
Mm-hmm.
the way it's processed. And I didn't know, but like even a 0.5% makes a difference in the taste.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Did you know this?
I mean, I didn't know it, but I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, because I think it has something to do with the way it dissolves, like a 14 and a 14 and a half. One of them's gonna be like heavier on the tongue, even though it's just that 0.5% more or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
it's
sense.
really interesting. I mean, when I first like got into it, I was like, oh, it's like 0.5% more. That's like nothing, but it actually can make a pretty big difference.
Huh. Yeah, good to know.
So,
Wait till we get you
mhm.
into the whiskey wordle and whatever. Then we'll be, I believe, Scotch whiskey bottoms out at 40%.
Oh, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, okay, okay,
Yeah.
man. Oh, so then I also found out a little something,
Mm-hmm.
and you might be able to know more about this too. So feel free to elaborate, or if somebody has a correction or clarification, I'm opening myself up right now.
I'm proud of you
But
for that.
thank you. It mentioned something about corks
Mm-hmm.
being kind of sketchy to seal your wine bottles with, like from the production standpoint, because it can like give the wine a cork flavor on accident.
Yes, that is a thing. When that happens, they usually say the wine is corked. Um, as
Hmm.
in the wine has had a reaction with the cork in the bottle, and it just tastes bad now.
Yeah. So there's always that like risk. It's susceptible to
Corkage.
what's it called? trichloroanisole, TCA.
Okay.
So I guess it can, yeah, like you said, even if it things can happen. So it's kind of sketch,
It doesn't happen
but
particularly awful. Yeah,
often.
I'm sorry. It doesn't happen particularly often. Sorry, I was looking it up at the same
Yeah,
moment,
yeah,
so my brain malfunctioned.
yeah.
It doesn't happen
Yes.
particularly often, as I understand, and I've never
Oh,
had it
okay.
happen personally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it says.
contaminated by trichloroanisole or TCA,
Mm-hmm.
which is caused by mold in corks or wood, unpleasantly alters wine's scent, aromas, and flavors to the point that it cannot be drunk.
Mm-hmm. This one said there's several companies, um, including like a cork producer company that kind of have new methods to remove it from natural cork closures.
Hmm.
But anyways, I thought that was really interesting because I was like, oh, so there is like a screw cap is actually more consistent.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one actually like might seal better.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm I'm doing some reading, but
yeah, I was doing a
maybe
little
we
bit
can
too,
do a
but
deeper dive into it
yeah,
next episode.
I think based on what I was just a quick cursory glance at Google,
Mm-hmm.
um, if a wine is corked, you'll know. Like it'll taste and smell like absolute trash.
Mm.
But I don't know. Maybe
Uh,
that's something for more research later.
can we buy a corked wine
Probably not intentionally.
just to see like what it tastes
We're
like
just gonna buy a whole bunch of wine and just see if any of it's corked.
for research?
Yeah, it's slightly confusing because corked and corked are two different things.
Yeah.
There's a cork in it, but then if it reacts negatively, it's corked again.
Yeah, I might do some more oh, there's synthetic corks
That is a
that are
thing.
petroleum based.
Yeah, they're basically plastic.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I might do more research and
Yeah, that'll
inform
be
you next
a
week.
good thing for next week.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Sounds
this is
good.
a somewhat momentous occasion this week because we have no corrections or clarifications.
What?
No corrections, no clarifications. Nobody commented on YouTube, and nobody, at least as I can recall, brought anything to us in the real world. So
Wow.
yeah, since the
I
beginning
don't
of corrections and clarifications, this is the first episode that we have none.
yeah, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah. Um,
Can I Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, so well there was one interesting thing. We can make it a little bit of a statistic. I didn't count, but I was listening back to last week's episode, which was our part 2 with Venetia, and there was a point, a couple of points where we were talking about Venetia and I were talking about tabletop RPGs, and you were quiet for a very long time. The one I did count was about 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. So like there was a first moment of silence where you didn't talk for like 5 minutes, and then there was another one later that I think might have been even longer, but I didn't count.
That's great.
Yeah, that was our territory, and so you just kind of
Yeah.
took a back seat there for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, I was totally fine with. I
Yeah,
was just listening. But that's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, I was like, okay, this is not my territory.
which is funny because it's something that the two of us could talk about for like hours on end,
Yeah, yeah.
which and we have
That
before too.
yeah, that reminds me, we're starting a second channel called
Wine Wordle and whatever extras. It's just the three of us talking about tabletop RPGs with Venetia.
and me just on the
Yeah,
sideline.
mostly William. I mean, mostly Venetia and I. William is just there.
That would be hilarious. I'm there every time you record, but I never say anything.
And we have Will here with us today. And Will, the only thing you say in the entire episode is, "Hey, everyone."
Yeah. And then bye at the
Yeah,
end.
exactly. You
That'd be
introduce and
great.
close the podcast, but nothing happens in between. He just walks away with his mic muted.
Yeah. Text me when you're wrapping up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a run.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go do my Wordle, which is a great segue
Thank goodness you said it because I was about to.
into
We
this
have
week's
a whole bunch
Wordles.
of Wordles to do. Well,
A
not a
whole
whole
lot of
bunch.
Wordles.
Actually one less than usual because we did Fridays last week for Wordle 1000.
Yeah.
So we actually only have
Okay.
6 this week, but it'll
Yep.
be
Yep.
fun. So we do have a bit of a treat as far as Wordles go. Will, you're gonna do today's Wordle live, and
Yes.
by
Do we
live
want to
you mean
do
right now?
right now, even before we get into anything?
Well, sort
Okay.
of. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Logistically, how do we want to do this? Like, do we want to come to today's Wordle and then you do it while I share my? Well, I can't share mine because, yeah, you'll do it. Um, because like, how does that
I
work?
bet
Because you'll be very quiet while you're wordling.
I can commentate.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
We'll
I
just
can
we'll just screen
talk.
capture it.
Okay. So how about I do it when we get to today?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
So last week, Saturday. This was the 16th. This was the day of the Western Party.
Let's go. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw, partner! I got it in 3.
I got it in 3.
Yeah, mine was lucky. I did raise, then itchy, then toxin.
Ooh, itchy toxin.
Mm-hmm. The best kind of
I
toxin.
did notched, honed, toxin.
Notch, honed, and toxin.
Honed.
Toned.
Like that boy toned,
Oh, I see. Toned.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how you got there.
Yep. Easy.
Easy
Easy
dub.
dub.
All
Mhm.
right, so let me see. Sunday, the 17th. The 17th. I got this one in 5. It was actually a pretty rough week for me, all things considered. So I
That
did,
was Sunday?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Sunday the 17th. I did raise, strum, sport, short, and snort. Snort being the answer.
What was that third word?
Sport, Sport.
Oh, sport?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like
Cool.
pickleball. I just made all the tennis
Yeah.
players mad.
Rip.
Tennis players don't think
We're,
pickleball's a sport.
we're not hitting that 20 subs, boys.
It's all strategic.
Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah,
You sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
I got it in 2.
I forgot about that.
Dos.
How did you do that?
Notch
Well,
and snort.
I suppose that was pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You had a lot of the letters there.
Yeah, because it gave me the N, the O, and the T.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know why I thought snort, but you
Hey, you
know,
know what? You got to take it when it comes.
yep.
Monday the 18th. I got this in 3.
5.
So why don't you share? Because mine was actually pretty funny.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had some pretty normal words this week. Notch,
Okay.
trail, stale, smelt.
Stale.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stale. Smelt, and then spelt.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
common word.
you smelt the spelt.
Mm-hmm.
So mine was funny. I did raise, and then I did slept, and then I did spelt. So I got it in 3, and so slept just had the P and the L in the different spots.
What word was that?
That was slept and then spelt.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
that was pretty funny when that came up. And
Got
I'm like,
him.
there's only one option.
Yeah. Easy. I like when that happens.
Yeah, it makes it easy.
Hmm.
So Tuesday the 19th, I did a stupid and I did not screenshot.
Hayden,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, listeners. I've let you all down.
what is this? Episode
I
6?
know it's unprofessional of me.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Yeah, I got it in 3.
In behalf of the listeners, we forgive you. Oh, okay. So you would know your starting word. You're just missing the middle word.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's your starting word again? Raise?
raise.
Did you Oh, wait. What's your second guess? Square by square.
Um, green, black, green, black, green.
Was it alive?
Might have been. Hold
Because
on.
that's what I have.
Let me look up Wordle here and just.
Be the answer was abide. So if you went raise alive, you would have went abide.
You know what? I think that's
That's a,
exactly what it was.
that's a potential answer,
I'm
boys.
pretty sure that's exactly what it was, actually.
Sweet. Mhm.
Yeah, so it was raise, alive, and abide, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was yours?
Notch,
Yeah.
raise,
Let's go. Shout out.
alive.
So that's
Yeah,
how you
raise.
knew. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Did I sound big brain like, oh yeah.
No, you had said that that was yours,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
didn't realize you
yeah.
had thrown raisin at the as your second guess.
Yep. And then piked. And then
You okay?
abide. Piked, I think, was a burner word
Oh
to
yeah,
figure out what goes between.
yeah, because you had
Because
like
abide,
alike and yeah.
well, and
Oh, mine
no,
might have
abide
actually
is
been
just.
alike.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
remember if it was
I can see
alike or
that.
alive.
Mm. But abide, it's such an obscure word. I had a hard time with it.
Not really.
I had a
It's
hard time with it.
fair enough. So yesterday, which
Mhm.
you actually had to time travel for. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I did it before the episode.
Yeah, I got it in 4.
A perfect
Let's
score.
go, perfect score.
Let's go.
And boy,
Can we
you
get the
know.
sound bite?
Oh wait,
Can
hold
we
on,
get the
hold on. Give me
sound
2 seconds.
board?
Okay, perfect score. Will say it again.
A perfect score.
There we go.
Like,
Congratulations, congratulations.
thank you,
It looks
thank
like a
you.
Tetris game, like a really bad Tetris game.
Yeah, there was mistakes.
Line piece. So I had raise and then itchy again, then fluid and then lingo.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
I had eliminated a lot of
Job.
letters between raise, itchy, and fluid.
Yeah, itchy and then fluid. Okay, cool. Nicely done. Mine was rough, coach.
Here we
Like
go.
I said, I actually started it yesterday, but didn't get it done till like an hour ago,
Oh boy.
or not even 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I did notch, snore,
Okay.
plane,
Okay.
mold with the U in the middle.
Oh, British mold.
Is that how you spell like a mold of something too? Like I molded the clay.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah.
it's the British spelling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then filon,
Okay, what?
Filon,
I have no idea what that is.
like filon.
Filet mignon.
Yeah, yeah. But without the mignon.
That's not how it is, Will. It's a filet mignon.
What?
Um,
Oh.
so it's
Oh, I've
another
never
French
seen it.
word.
Oh, sweet. I thought it was filet mignon,
No, no, Will.
but it's filet spelled like filet.
Yeah,
I thought it was a different spelling.
it
Okay.
is. It is French. Um, it would mean vein or seam. So like a vein, as in
Okay.
like the veins in your arms, blood vessel kind of vein, or seam, like
Hmm.
clothes.
There's also a winery that sells a wine called Felon
Interesting.
from Spain.
España.
Can we buy this?
Not a bad idea, actually.
It's by Aviva Vino.
Something to look into.
Maybe yeah, I'll look it up. And then from there I got lingo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we learned a little bit of French.
Yep. Oui, oui.
So now we're here to the momentous occasion, Will. You are going to do this one live.
Yeah,
And,
easy.
and my
Easy
man, I'm
dub.
afraid you're going to hate it.
Really?
I,
Why?
I got a perfect score.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm opening with notch. He gave me a yellow H. We're gonna do share. Oh, snap!
Pretty good. Having that
Let's
H was really good.
go! Okay. Hey, listeners. Um, SHA and the E in share are all green.
But it's what we were talking about with Venetia. The ones ending in A blank E are tough. How
Okay,
they're
so it could be yeah.
let's put it this way. I think where you're at now, if you run
Mm-hmm.
through all the possible options, all the possible answers for Wordle,
I'm doing it.
you
Yeah,
will
yeah,
get it
yeah.
at one point or another.
Okay.
There's exactly enough.
So, okay, so I'm looking at it could be shave,
Oh wait,
shade,
hold on, scratch that. You're on your
shade,
second guess right now.
third.
Oh yeah,
So it could be shade, shave, or shame. Those are words I know. It could always be a word I don't know. So V, D, and M, if I think of a word that has those, we'll do V I
I mean I could give you a word, but that would defeat the integrity of the game.
mm, oh,
There it is.
bummed. I'm gonna try bummed. Will
Wait,
that go through? No, it won't.
you would
Um,
need. You're trying to eliminate
humid,
what?
humid,
M, V, and D.
humid gave me the H. Oh, D, D. So it's shade. Let's go
Well
in
done. Well
four.
done, Will.
Thank you, sir. Let's go.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of fun.
I did raise, scale, shake, shave, shape, and shade.
Oh. You didn't use a burner word?
No, I'm gonna like I said, I usually play
Hmm.
self-imposed hard mode.
Okay, cool. I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah, that was good
Cool.
actually. Under the pressure of the moment, you rose to the occasion.
Thank you, thank you. This is my section, remember?
Yeah, you're the Wordle.
You get the whatever.
Aw, gee, thanks.
Yeah. Cool. So that got that in four. I'll add it to our little running total we got here. So we should have six
Yes,
scores.
sir.
Okay.
I
I
averaged
started the
I
week
averaged a
really
round number.
strong. I did not.
Repeating, of course.
Yes.
Let's go. So I had a total of 24. What'd you have, Will?
25.
Ooh, so close. Which
If I
means
didn't
my
use the
average
burner
divided.
word,
Wait, what?
if I didn't use the burner word and just went for it, I
This is
wonder if
true.
I would have got it.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never
So
know.
over 6 Wordles, naturally, I had an average of 4.
Sweet. I had 4.166666666 repeating, of course.
Nice, nice, nice.
Hmm.
We were so close this week. Do you think
Yeah.
before 10 episodes passes that we'll tie?
Yeah.
Hmm. Confident.
Hmm.
That makes one of us.
I felt like that was addressing the listeners, but I think I'll answer for the listeners. They
Oh
said
no,
yes.
that was me addressing you, Will. I was asking you that question. We're the only
Oh,
ones
okay.
here.
Okay. No, the listeners are here.
Well, in spirit.
Oh, that reminds me. I do think we should do the live thing for episode 10,
Do
though.
episode 10 live.
I think that's a great idea.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. That might be a good idea.
Okay. Okay. It's funny what my brother said?
Hmm.
He was like, if your podcast was live, I would listen to it, but I don't actually like I don't want to listen to it on demand.
So if we were live streaming and he had to hop in for fear of missing out.
He would totally hop in. Like even from episode 1, he was like, "Oh, what time are you guys doing it?" Like he was ready to like tune in.
Oh.
I was like, "Oh, we're not live streaming it."
Well, I mean, it's like the Linus Tech Tips WAN show.
Yeah, yeah.
But at
Cool.
this point, I think it's time for us to move on into the whatever segment of the programming.
Yeah. Let's do
So,
it.
do we want to go just straight off the top?
Yeah. I'm really curious about that top thing.
Yeah.
I'll
You
let
know,
you
let's
start it.
actually skip over the second one, and then we'll go into your things. But first off,
Yeah.
so I learned after my mom listened to last week's podcast with Venetia, where we talked a lot about kombucha. Apparently, my mom used to actually make kombucha herself, which was
Oh.
something I didn't know. It was before I was born, so I never experienced it. But apparently, that was something she used to do. And hearing the podcast, she was inspired and took it upon herself to order some, the fixins. And long story short, this like Sunday ish or something, I will be making kombucha myself now.
What? No way.
Yeah, mom ordered a
That's
starter kit,
awesome.
and now she and I are gonna make kombucha. So
Let's
shout out to Venetia.
go.
You did this to me, but yeah,
That's amazing. So
yeah.
you
So
got a SCOBY?
yeah, SCOBY on the way. We have no
How do you
hotels, but how do you
yeah,
what?
how do you spell SCOBY?
It's SCBOBY. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
it stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. So it's just an acronym.
I spelled it with the U in the middle. That
Scalby.
got me some interesting stuff.
That is not quite right. That's not. It's not like a British thing. It's an acronym.
Yes. That gave me what I wanted with the O.
Yeah.
That's so cool though.
Yeah. So
Okay,
we're gonna be doing
Sunday?
that. I think it's supposed to get here Sunday, and that'll be when we first start it. So obviously it'll take like a week or something to actually ferment.
Yeah,
So
at least
two
yeah.
weeks 2 weeks from now we may have an update for the listeners as far as the taste of the kombucha. Maybe that's what we sample instead of wine.
Oh,
Is the first batch of our
I
kombucha.
I'm down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we may do that. We'll
Yeah,
make we
that'd
might
be
make
cool.
if we have enough, we'll do a couple different like flavors and stuff. And yeah, that seems interesting. We'll think about that.
Mm. You add the flavors during second fermentation, right?
Yep, you add them during the second fermentation.
Okay.
So you brew
Oh,
tea and then you bring in like the SCOBY and stuff, and then that is the first fermentation, and that sits for like a week, I think, or whatever. And then you bottle it, and then add some sugar for the bacteria, and then add whatever flavorings you're gonna do, and then that's the second, and then put it in sealed bottles, and that's the second fermentation during which it gets its carbonation as well.
yeah, I remember it was mentioned it's fairly easy to make.
Yeah, it's pretty much just letting it sit.
Yeah. You know, in my little research,
Mm-hmm.
somebody asked if you can eat the SCOBY. Apparently you can.
Yeah, I'm not very interested in eating the jellyfish.
It can be made into gummies, jerky, smoothies, dog treats, and more.
Mm, SCOBY
It's full
jerky.
of protein.
All my homies. All my homies eat SCOBY jerky. After you burp your SCOBY, always remember.
It's a weird club, man.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think we'll rename the
Uh-huh.
Plant Club Discord server into the SCOBY Boys?
Scoby boys. We'll see. We'll see.
That
I'm
seems ill advised. Not gonna lie.
I'm open to having a text channel.
Oh boy. Yeah, so we'll see how it turns
Yeah.
out. We'll try a few different things. I'm intrigued. I've had it before, but I've only had the store bought stuff, and I've never had
Yeah.
the flexibility or the the taste of homemade stuff. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing how it goes.
Yeah, and we'll give you some to sample too, especially if we decide to do that for a podcast.
Yeah, I would be curious like how it compares. Yeah, I would want to get like a store one and then compare it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm
So
not actually I'm not actually a huge fan of like strong vinegar taste though.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you feel like you'll push it a bit into the vinegary or like the fermentation time?
No, I think we'll do it by the book the first time. Um,
Okay.
and we'll probably I personally would lean probably more towards the balance side.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't
that
want it to
sounds
be
good.
like too sour and too vinegary.
Yeah, for your first one
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yep.
Especially too, like if it's, I could see it if you went like a little bit on the sweeter side with it too. I could see it being like a good like soda alternative because it's got that
Yeah.
carbonation, and if you brew it up and flavor it a little bit sweeter, I could see that working too. But I've never brewed it, so we'll see.
Oh, it's way healthier than soda
I'm
though.
sure.
Like
Yeah,
soda's horrible.
yeah. Soda is really bad for you, but
I drink it every once in a
oh
while,
yeah,
but like
no, I drink
yeah,
it too.
I
But
don't feel good.
yeah, it doesn't make me not feel good, but I know it's terrible for me.
Yeah, corn syrup, man.
Let's go. Corn syrup is how I got these gains. Okay, so on to your topic. How'd you do that, Will? Please elaborate for
Uh,
us.
yes. So I thought I'd just let you guys know I saved a dog's life a couple days ago.
Do tell.
This poor doggy. He was a golden retriever. I'm driving home late one night, cruising, 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 and then all of a sudden I see a dog like walking into the middle of the street, and I'm like, buddy, and so I like slow down, naturally thinking he would like run. And he like didn't. He just like hung out in the middle of the road, was like taking his sweet time, and was kind of just hanging out in the road. I'm like, dude, you like can't do that.
Yeah. Did you say that
So
to the
I
dog, or was that just
yeah,
internal monologue?
internal.
Okay.
And so like this was my first time like encountering this, and I'm like, okay, like he seems pretty. I think it was a she. She looked like a she.
Hmm.
So I'm like, well, let me pull over. There's like a big parking lot here, so it's not a big deal. This was probably at like 9 p.m.,
Hmm.
10,
Yeah.
probably closer to 10, actually. It was kind of late, maybe even a little past 10, but
Whoa.
I pull over and I get out and I'm like, "Where's this dog?" And I'm like, "I just saw her." Like, and she's like actually sniffing my truck, and I'm like, "Hey, hey, girl," and I'm like, "Come here." And she comes running up like super friendly and everything, and I'm like, "Oh." And so then I'm like looking at her. Look, thankfully she had a bunch of like little tags on her,
Hmm.
and so I tried calling the phone number on there. It was odd because like the phone number started with 501, but
Yeah.
this was like it was dark out. My phone was in the truck, and I'm like trying to use my watch to like use it as a flashlight to see. And anyways, I thought it was 503, and I call and no one answered, and then I realized it's 501, and I tried calling that. No one answered. I left a voicemail, and I'm like, well, let me try calling one more time, and no one answered. I'm like, what do I do?
What would you
I'm
do in
like,
that moment?
I might have a dog.
Oh, well, we're going home with the dog today,
Honestly,
boys.
I would have considered taking her home
Hmm.
because she was like, even when I opened the truck to get my phone out, she was like ready to jump in.
Yeah. Not
She
so
was
much
like,
as they
let's
take her home
go.
and keep her kind of thing, but just to keep her where you know she's at.
Yeah, until they could like answer their phone or
Yeah.
hear my voicemail or figure something out but
Hmm.
anyways, that's probably what I would have done is figure out a place for her to stay for the night.
Yeah.
Um, so anyways, I'm like, what I did though, felt pretty big brain. I'm not gonna lie, because this was my work truck. I reached behind the seat to like see if I can find anything. I found a ratchet strap.
Okay.
So I wrapped that around like her collar to
Hmm.
like make a leash. And
Yeah.
she was super nice though. Like she was getting a little antsy, and I said, no, 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 sit, sit. And she like sat down immediately. I'm like, okay, so she's clearly like pretty well behaved, but like she's roaming the streets.
Yeah.
So something's up. And then it occurred to me, oh, she had a bunch of tags on her. Let me look if maybe one has an address. And so I'm looking through all of them. One's like the pound phone number, one's like do, and then one did have a address.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Okay, so it's like on so and so road," and I like Google it.
Yeah. Was it close by?
It shows it like maybe like 100 feet from me.
Oh.
Like, are you kidding?
That's great. She had just walked across the
Um,
road and you found her.
yeah, so she must have like just escaped.
Yeah.
Like she like this just happened, which I was like, okay, at least she wasn't like super far from home. But anyways, I like the truck was off. I was like, okay, I walked her over to the house and I'm like, I ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
No one answers.
Hmm.
But I like look and the main wood door's open and it's just the screen door. So
Oh,
I
so
can
she could have got
see
out the screen
inside.
door. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see inside this person's house. And they're not answering the doorbell. And I'm like, and it's clearly loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening right now? I'm like, is like no one home? Did like someone die? Like, there's a million thoughts. Like, did like her owner like pass out? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. A little sketchy.
Yeah, and so then all of a sudden, then I go like, "Hey, is anyone home?" Like yelled through the house, and then I see someone like jump up from the couch that was laying down and come to the door and like, "Oh, like I'm like, yeah, I found your dog," and she's like, "Oh, thank you, like I'm so sorry," and yada yada, and then I took my ratchet strap off the dog,
As you do.
And then when the lady opened the screen door, yeah, it was what you thought it was. The like screen door was broken,
Yeah, didn't
like it was
latch.
flapping. It was the like the screen was broken. There
Oh,
was a
I see.
hole in it. Or like the where it mends to the metal frame.
Yeah,
It was broken. So that's where the dog just yeeted out. And
just
the
kind of
owner,
slither
I
on
don't
out of there.
know, the owner must have like fell asleep or something.
Yeah, that's
So
what it sounds like. But that's good. You did a good deed.
yeah, yeah, I felt good though. I was like, what? And then she, closed the main door and all that and kept the dog in. So I was like, cool.
Nice.
I felt pretty good though. I was like, rescued a dog. Cause yeah, she was like legit just hanging out in the middle of the road. I'm like, no, you can't. You're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
You poor thing.
You know,
Like, yeah.
it's funny. A well-behaved golden retriever. They're just great dogs. Very energetic, but like a
Yeah.
well-behaved retriever is just absolute sweetheart.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was nice. So, anyways, that was pretty exciting though.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
So I think at this point we're creeping up on the hour mark. We just crossed 56 minutes. Um, and to give our
Mm,
listeners a little bit of a reprieve from the 2 hours and 20-minute marathon
yeah.
that was last week, do we want to just do your deal of the week and then wrap it up?
Sure, that sounds fine to me. I actually had a listener tell me don't do that again.
Yeah, that was
The
in
long,
the
long.
YouTube comments. Um,
Okay, the long, long episode, just because it was like a lot.
yeah. Well, actually, funny. It's that same listener that's in the YouTube comments, but he told me in real life he was like, "Yeah, if they're consistently 2 hours and 22 minutes, I will not listen."
Oh no, okay. Yeah, but for me, I don't care because like I listen to it while I work. So
Yeah, and
bring it
I
on.
I do that too. As I listen to it while I work, and I'm
Yeah.
in an office at a computer for 8 hours a day, so I listen to like a lot of podcasts.
Exactly. Okay. So, deal of the week. Um, I got some running shoes at REI. You'll approve. I don't know if you noticed when I came to your house to pick up the wine.
I didn't notice.
I should have showed you. I got some ultras.
Let's go! Shout out to Ultra.
Yeah, so REI is running their thing for like if you're a member, you get 20% off.
Neither Ultra nor REI is a
Um,
sponsor.
oh, I didn't tell you? No.
Well, we both have access to the email. I would have seen that.
That'd be such big
Can you
news.
imagine?
Great. Maybe if we get to 20 subscribers.
20 subscribers and Ultra will sponsor us.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I used my 20% off. And I actually used Brandon's 20% off because I'm going hard into running shoes right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, been listening to like some running podcasts and getting some feedback and like basically TLDR, it seems like a lot of it is just listen to your body because whether you're flat foot or arched foot or you're this foot or you're that, like just try different shoes and see what you're comfortable with because that's the only and see what you like in a particular shoe,
Mm-hmm.
which makes a lot of sense. So I'm trying a few different shoes. And I went to REI, tried on a few, and I settled on the Ultra Lone Peak 8s.
Okay.
Do you know which ones those are?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Do you know which ones you have?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Okay. I think they kind of look like yours. I'm not sure. But anyways, so they're great for hiking. They're pretty low drop.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a ton of cushion, which
I think
I've
most of
ran
their
in it.
shoes are zero drop.
Yeah, they actually have some with quite a bit of cushion.
Yeah, but
Which is
but
odd, but
cushion is not
yeah.
like having cushion doesn't necessarily mean it's not zero drop.
This is true.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
some of them
Lone
have.
Peak. These are the ones that I usually wear.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I like them.
Yeah, I
I've done
like
a
them too.
couple runs in them. Yeah.
They're
Some of
nice
their
and
other
light.
shoes have, is it called I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's close to vibranium.
Okay. What?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I really don't.
So some boots or like shoes will have Vibram.
Oh, Vibram. Yeah, that's the sole.
Vibram. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vibram.
So
Vibram
some
is
of
they make the soles. Yeah.
yeah, so some of Ultra's stuff has Vibram in them, which I didn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, Vibram
So
Vibram soles are very well known for being very nice.
yeah, but that's some of their more cushiony ones, but I wanted something lower.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like baby's first zero drop.
I see. Did you notice
Um
a difference when you put them on for the first time?
e a bit.
Yeah.
So the shoes I daily drive are pretty low already. They're
Mm-hmm.
not super cushiony. But I would say when I my first run is where I really noticed like, oh wow, like there's no bounce back. I'm purely relying on my feet and my like body mechanics to do the work of each step.
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah, I like them. I will probably end up keeping them just as like trainers.
Yeah.
I have other shoes coming that are by Topo.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of them. They're kind of a not as well known running shoe brand, but a podcast I listened to, they said Topo's pretty good for like certain things that appealed to me. So I was like, well, I'm giving them a try.
All right. Good to know.
Um,
I've
yeah, but
let me think. What was I
yeah,
going to
go ahead.
say? I already forgot. Oh yeah, it was a joke, and the moment passed for it. Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I can rewind. So I got running shoes from our.
No, no, no. It's way back. It's back when you mentioned the running podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My joke was
Um,
like, are these running podcasts like? Do they record these while they're running?
that's good.
Yeah,
Is it
because
still running?
that would be interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
I have another pair of ultras. They're called the Via Olympus. I have
Oh,
those ones
those
as
have more
well.
cush.
Those are big cushion, and I don't like them
Yeah.
for athletic activity. Um,
Oh, really? Those actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, the reason I don't like them is because they have a lot of cushion, which means their footbed is very
Mm-hmm.
high off the ground.
Yep.
So it's a 33 millimeter um, midsole, which is a
Mm-hmm.
lot. So it's like the height of the shoe itself. I'm looking for more details on it, but I don't see them. Um, there
Yeah,
we go.
those have
Yeah,
Vibram.
so the
I
stack height
tried
is
those on
33
actually.
millimeters, which for in freedom units is 1.3 inches, just under 1.3
Mm-hmm.
inches, which is a lot, which
It's
is
a
a really
lot.
high
It's
stack. So I find a
yep.
little bit what happens is if I'm taking a step, um, sometimes I'll catch like the front edge of my sole a little bit early in my step. So not like the
Mm,
toe, but my step will hit the ground just a little bit earlier, which is just you know, you just got to get used to it.
yep.
Um, but I found that it does mess with the mechanics of like just you know being able to move quickly and just how you have to step, just because of how
Mm-hmm.
tall those shoes are. And I've also found too that I feel as though there's a little bit more how to put this. It feels as though there's a little bit more like torque and pressure to the outside edges of the shoe. So like I noticed this
Mm,
that I've worn these shoes like twice when we were playing pickleball, and you know there's a lot more like you know rapid changing direction and pushing off sideways and stuff like that.
yep.
And they my feet go really hard into the sides of the shoe, and they're uncomfortable for that. They're comfortable to wear
Yeah.
just every day and just walking, but I think the stack height is too high for me.
And it could also be it's a little more bouncy than you're used to.
Yeah.
I think that's what they refer to, like there's stable shoes and ones that are a little unstable because they bounce too much
Mm-hmm.
for like quick rapid like um yeah, and especially if you're not used to that, it could throw you off.
Yeah, I don't personally like them for like a little bit harder activity. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up with some like hot spots and just some sore spots on my feet from just wearing them playing pickleball. And I'm not
Gotcha.
particularly hardcore, but I want to
Yeah.
get my Lone Peaks back.
Give me my lone
So
peaks.
this was it was when we were elk hunting, what I had talked about last time.
Yeah.
So I rode up to the trailhead with my uncle and my cousin, and let's see, I rode up in their car, and I was wearing my Lone Peaks, and I put my hiking boots on when we got to the trailhead. So the issue
Mm-hmm.
is they left. They hiked out and then drove back home earlier than I did. So my Lone Peaks were sitting in their car when they left, and I haven't had my Lone Peaks for
Mm.
about, I don't know, 4.5, 5, probably closer to 6 months at this point.
Oh, that's rough, man.
Yeah. So that's I like desperately needed a new pair of shoes. That's where I just went to a Sierra Trading Post and got the Olympus ones because I'm like, I know ultras, they fit me well. I just need a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, which, like you said, they're probably fine for walking.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with them just wearing them around the office, but
Hmm. Yeah. Kind of gets me into the other little point I was gonna make. So when I was buying the shoes though, the Lone Peaks,
mm-hmm.
I like my especially considering I'm trying new shoes and I'm seeing what works, what doesn't, what do I like, what don't I like. And my foot can be a little finicky sometimes with new shoes, and so anyways, I'm trying on shoes and I asked the lady um that was helping me in the section what their return policy is because I know they have a good one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Did you know this?
Um
REI?
I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I think they do have a good
Okay.
return policy.
Yeah, because anything you return goes into the used section in the store.
Yeah.
And they just sell it for like a bit of a discount, which is it's cool. Like you can snag some pretty good deals over there. But I asked her like what the return policy was exactly, because anyways, I don't know if it pertains to it or what, but she did ask if I'm a member,
Mm-hmm.
which I am an REI member. I think it's like what is it, $10 a year or something?
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Are you a member?
I think so, but
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
certain.
it's pretty cheap.
You know
Last
what?
month I
I
got
think I
like,
have like I'm kind of set up with them.
oh,
Like I have my phone number, but I don't think I actually pay for a membership.
oh, okay. It's actually only $30 for life.
I might have done
So,
that.
yep. Okay. That's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. Which I got $14 back
Mm-hmm.
last year for just being a member and like off because you get 10% back, I think, on purchases.
Oh, interesting. And
So you can
is that
easily
like the
make your money
REI
back.
credit card thing, or is that just you get a flat 10% back from them?
No, that's just a flat 10%, I
Oh,
think.
interesting. Because usually you have to sign up for a credit card
Um,
for something like that.
Here it is. Yeah, buy membership, get an annual 10% back on eligible purchases.
Oh,
So yeah, it's not credit card or anything. It's like you know how Bymart, isn't it Bymart that has like a $5 lifetime membership?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like okay, I guess.
might as well. And you know
Yeah.
what? Bimart is great. When you need something from Bimart, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like they have everything.
Yeah. In fact, Bimart is one of the places where that like consistently some of the probably less good for you stuff we like to bring camping is with us. Bimart
Hmm.
pretty consistently has it available to us for us.
Yeah. Yep, I just checked. It's still $5 for
Let's
lifetime.
go. Shout out to Bimart for being consistent.
I love that. They're like, we could make some decent money if we paid. Every customer had to pay $5.
And the CEO's like, no, we will not stray from our values. We were built upon $5 for life. We will remain $5 for life. It's like the
Yeah,
Costco
that's
hot dog,
great.
$1.50 for all eternity.
Yeah, forever voids. Oh, but anyways, so if you are a member, at least as I understood it, because she asked me that question, and then proceeded to, oh, I'm looking on the site. Um, I don't quite see it easily,
But it
but
gets
she
you
said they
access to
had
the
like,
co-op, right? So it was basically their like lightly used stuff, right?
yes. Oh, here it is. Um,
And the member sale.
yeah, and you get the 20% off every few times in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you're buying like the newest, greatest running shoes, I mean,
That's a
they
big
don't
deal,
really
a
go on
hundred
sale.
hundred
So,
plus dollar pair of shoes. It's 20
yeah.
bucks off.
And then you get 10% back. So, um, on the website, it's a little different than maybe what she told me,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it's kind of the same thing. She told me, I think, 100 days or something, or 90 days,
Yeah, for what?
um, to like return the shoe if I didn't
Uh-huh.
like it. So she was like, "Hey, are you a member?" And I said, "Oh yeah, yeah." And she's like, "Okay, so you have like 100 days, or their website's saying some items are even a year
Mm-hmm.
to return. Return it if you're not 100% satisfied with it."
Oh, that's good to know.
Um, yeah. So I was like, "Okay, cool." And she's like, "Yeah, just make sure they're not like super dirty or like super be like,
Yeah,
a
unsellable.
person's gonna have to touch this." Like,
Yeah.
that's how she put it. Like a cashier's gonna have to like take this from you. So to make sure it's like not super dirty. But yeah, so I was like, oh cool, I didn't know that. So like if I try the ultras for like a few runs and I don't like them, I can just take them back.
Yeah, still a lot of life left.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Which I was like, oh, that's cool.
I think on that note it might be time to
Yeah.
shut her down.
Yep.
It's
Sounds good.
funny. Last week I realized since we traded off our introduction duties as we usually do, um,
Mm-hmm.
for the first episode with Venetia, which we later cut off, you introduced and I closed. But for the second
Mm-hmm.
part of the episode, the original closure we did was still me. So I introduced and ended last episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So to be fair, Will, I think you should do both. No, I'm just kidding. You
Oh,
don't have to. I
okay.
can do it.
I'll do it.
Oh, let's go.
I didn't even notice that happened, but
Me
okay.
neither, and it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
that big of a deal. I just thought it was
Not
funny.
that big a deal. Yeah. You know what?
Actually,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
I
even
don't
say it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't say it's not
know.
even a deal. But
It's
it was
not
just an
even a
interesting
deal.
observation I noticed.
You know what? I want you to close
You want me
it
to close
because,
it?
yeah, just because, like, I want to see how you do it.
All right. Well, this has been episode 6 of Wine, Wordle, and Whatever. We had an eventful and momentous episode. I think we had a nice whiskey barrel aged Cabernet Sauvignon. We both gave it an 8 out of 10, as I recall. We had fewer Wordles than normal, but we did one of them live. William did, and he did pretty well considering the difficulty of the word. We had absolutely zero corrections, which was monumental because since we've instituted corrections and clarifications, we've always had some. And then we covered a little bit about my future ventures in kombucha. William saved a dog's life, and he bought new running shoes. So this has been Wine, Wordle, and Whatever, and it's been a normal length episode this time. Thank you all for listening. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah.